Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Today we're diving into something that can change everything the way you see yourself, your future, and every challenge standing in your way. I'm talking about the power of mindset. Let me make one thing clear. Your mindset is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. It's not the talent, not the luck, not the hand you've been dealt that determines how far you'll go. It's the way you think, the way you respond when life punches you in the mouth. Some people fall, stay down, and say it wasn't meant to be, but then there are those who get back up, adjust their mindset, and say this is just the beginning. Every single victory in life starts in the mind. Your mindset sets the tone for your actions, your decisions, and ultimately your results. It's not just about motivation, it's about rewiring the way you think, so you don't just dream of greatness, you demand it from yourself. When you train your mind to see opportunities and obstacles, failures turn into lessons, and setbacks become setups for the next win. This world isn't waiting for you to feel ready, it's asking you to step up no matter how you feel. The question is, are you willing to flip the switch in your mind and go all in? Because once you change your mind, everything around you will follow. Mindset shapes your reality because the way you think determines how you interpret the world, react to challenges, and approach opportunities. Everything begins in your mind. If you believe that you are capable of achieving something, you activate the parts of your brain that make it possible. Your thoughts influence your emotions, which then drive your actions, and those actions produce results. This is why two people can experience the exact same event, but come away with completely different perspectives, outcomes. One person sees an obstacle and thinks this is impossible. Another person sees the same obstacle and thinks this is a chance to grow. The difference isn't the situation, it's their mindset. The way you think not only affects how you feel, but also determines the choices you make and the results you get. Your mind is like a filter through which everything in life passes. If that filter is clogged with doubt, fear, and negativity, you will find reasons to give up every time things get hard. But if that filter is clear, filled with thoughts of possibility and belief, you'll notice opportunities where others only see barriers. Think about how athletes operate. Those who succeed at the highest level have trained their minds just as much as their bodies. It's not just about being physically strong, it's about being mentally strong. They visualize success, see themselves overcoming challenges before they even happen, and approach each competition with the belief that they are capable of winning. This mental preparation gives them an edge. It's not just talent or hard work that sets them apart. It's the mindset that allows them to push through the toughest moments. Your mindset also determines how you react to failure. Everyone fails at some point, but not everyone responds to failure in the same way. When you have a mindset that embraces growth and learning, failure becomes a stepping stone to future success. Instead of feeling defeated, you analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again. On the other hand, a person with a limiting mindset views failure as proof that they are not good enough. They get stuck in self-doubt, replaying their mistakes and losing the confidence to keep going. This is why developing the right mindset is crucial. It's the difference between giving up after a setback and seeing it as part of the journey. The way you interpret failure defines whether you grow from it or let it hold you back. The most powerful thing about your mindset is that it is under your control. You may not be able to change your circumstances overnight, but you can always change how you think about them. And when you change your thinking, you begin to change your actions, which eventually transforms your reality. People who achieve extraordinary success often start with nothing more than a belief that they are capable of more, even if their current situation suggests otherwise. They reframe challenges as opportunities to prove what they are made of. This is the essence of mindset shaping reality. When you focus on what you can do rather than what you can't, you start moving in the direction of your goals. Every small step you take reinforces your belief that success is possible. And that belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. There is also a powerful connection between your mindset and the people you surround yourself with. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, doubt, and fear, it becomes harder to maintain a positive and growth-oriented mindset. On the other hand, being around people who believe in you and push you to be your best strengthens your mental resilience. Your environment influences your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your reality. This is why it's essential to be intentional about the people you allow into your life. Choose relationships that support your goals and align with the mindset you want to cultivate. Surrounding yourself with the right energy makes it easier to stay focused, motivated, and aligned with your vision. Mindset is also linked to how you handle uncertainty. Life is unpredictable and no one can control every outcome. But you can control how you respond to the unknown. A person with a fixed mindset might avoid new opportunities out of fear that things won't go as planned. They want certainty before they act, and as a result, they miss out on chances to grow and achieve. A person with a growth mindset, however, understands that uncertainty is part of the process. They don't wait for guarantees, they take action despite the unknown, trusting that they will figure things out along the way. This willingness to embrace uncertainty opens the door to new experiences and growth. Developing the right mindset requires daily practice. It's not a one-time decision, but a habit that you build over time. Just like physical exercise strengthens your body, mental exercise strengthens your mind. This could mean starting each day with affirmations, setting clear intentions, or taking time to reflect on your thoughts and emotions. It also involves being mindful of negative thoughts and replacing them with empowering ones. When you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, you have the power to shift that thought to, this is challenging, but I can figure it out over time. These small mental shifts add up and reshape the way you see yourself and the world around you. One of the biggest challenges people face is overcoming self-doubt. Even the most successful individuals experience moments of doubt, but they don't allow those thoughts to control them. They recognize self-doubt as part of the process and choose to act anyway. This is where mindset makes the difference. It's not about waiting until you feel confident, it's about building confidence through action. Every time you push past doubt and take a step toward your goals, you strengthen your belief in yourself. And the stronger your belief, the more willing you are to take risks, try new things, and keep going even when things get tough. Confidence isn't something that just appears, it's something you cultivate by repeatedly showing up and doing the work. Your mindset also plays a role in how you interpret success. Some people achieve their goals but still feel unfulfilled because they are constantly chasing the next thing, believing that happiness lies in future accomplishments. A growth-oriented mindset, however, teaches you to find joy in the process. It's not just about reaching the destination, it's about appreciating the journey and the person you become along the way. When you focus only on outcomes, you limit your ability to enjoy the present moment. But when you adopt a mindset that values growth, learning, and progress, every step becomes meaningful. Success is no longer defined solely by results, but by the growth that happens along the way. Finally, your mindset influences how you handle success once you achieve it. Some people become complacent after reaching a certain level of success, thinking they no longer need to push themselves. But those with a powerful mindset understand that success is not a final destination, it's a continuous journey. They keep setting new goals, challenging themselves, and looking for ways to grow. They know that the same mindset that got them to the top is the one that will keep them there. This is why mindset is everything. It shapes your actions, your habits, and ultimately your reality. The way you think influences every aspect of your life, and when you master your mindset, you unlock the power to create the life you truly want. A growth mindset embraces challenges as opportunities for learning because it sees difficulties not as roadblocks but as essential parts of the journey toward improvement. When you have a growth mindset, every challenge becomes a chance to push beyond your limits and grow into a better version of yourself. Instead of fearing failure or avoiding hard situations, you actively seek them out, knowing they provide the experiences necessary for development. A person with a fixed mindset sees challenges as threats to their abilities, thinking if I fail, it means I'm not good enough. But a growth-oriented individual views the same situation and thinks, this is hard, but I'll figure it out and come out stronger on the other side. A challenge forces you to tap into parts of yourself that remain unused when things are easy. It stretches your thinking, builds problem-solving skills, and develops mental toughness. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable, when you're facing uncertainty, and when you push through moments of self-doubt. The very nature of a challenge means you're doing something outside your comfort zone, and it's within that discomfort that real transformation occurs. Every time you face a challenge head-on, you build resilience, proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you previously thought. With each challenge you overcome, your confidence grows, and so does your ability to tackle even bigger obstacles. Challenges also offer valuable lessons that you can't learn from success alone. When things go smoothly, there's little reason to reflect or adjust your approach. But when you encounter a problem, it forces you to slow down, think critically, and reassess your methods. These moments teach you more about yourself, your strengths, and the areas where you need to grow. A growth mindset thrives on this process, understanding that mistakes and setbacks are not indicators of failure, but opportunities for self-improvement. The people who achieve lasting success are those who embrace challenges and extract every lesson they can from them, knowing that each experience, whether it results in victory or defeat, adds to their growth. When you adopt a growth mindset, you become comfortable with the idea that you don't need to have all the answers right away. It's okay not to know everything at the start, because learning is part of the process. People with a growth mindset focus on the effort and progress rather than being perfect from the beginning. They understand that challenges provide the feedback necessary to adjust, improve, and eventually succeed. This mindset reduces the fear of failure because it shifts the focus from outcomes to learning. You begin to see each attempt, no matter the result, as a step forward, because it contributes to your overall development. A growth mindset also changes the way you view competition. Instead of seeing others as threats, you begin to view them as sources of inspiration and learning. When you embrace challenges, you welcome the chance to measure yourself against others, not to prove you are better, but to identify areas where you can grow. This mindset allows you to approach competition with curiosity instead of fear, seeking to learn from those who are ahead of you rather than resenting their success. Growth-minded individuals understand that every challenge, whether from external competition or internal struggles, is an opportunity to learn more about their own capabilities and refine their skills. Fixed mindsets limit potential by fearing failure and avoiding risks because they create a mental barrier that prevents individuals from reaching their true capabilities. When you believe your abilities are set in stone, either you have it or you don't, you automatically limit yourself. You become afraid of trying new things, fearing that failure will expose your weaknesses. This mindset fosters a fear of being judged or embarrassed. So instead of embracing new challenges, you stick to what feels safe. The problem with this approach is that growth only happens when you push beyond your comfort zone, and a fixed mindset stops you from even trying. You focus more on avoiding failure than on pursuing success, which means you never fully explore your potential. People with a fixed mindset often tie their self-worth to outcomes. If they succeed, they feel good about themselves, but if they fail, they internalize it as a personal flaw. This fear of failure creates paralysis and unwillingness to take risks that could lead to growth. When failure is seen as proof of inadequacy rather than as part of the learning process, it becomes something to be avoided at all costs. As a result, individuals with fixed mindsets miss out on valuable opportunities to learn, improve, and grow. They become trapped in a cycle of playing it safe, sticking only to what they know and avoiding anything that could challenge their self-perception. This mindset doesn't just affect individual performance, it influences how people interact with others as well. When someone with a fixed mindset sees others succeeding, they might feel threatened or envious instead of inspired. They may compare themselves to others and believe that someone else's success diminishes their own worth. This leads to a scarcity mentality where success is seen as a limited resource that not everyone can attain. Rather than seeking to learn from others' achievements, people with fixed mindsets often distance themselves or become resentful. This attitude further limits their potential as they close off opportunities to grow by learning from those around them. A fixed mindset also stifles creativity. When people are afraid of making mistakes, they avoid taking creative risks. Innovation requires experimentation, and experimentation comes with the possibility of failure. But with a fixed mindset, the fear of failing often overrides the desire to create. Individuals start second-guessing their ideas, worrying that if they try and fail, it will reflect poorly on their abilities. This fear-based thinking stops them from exploring new solutions or thinking outside the box, which is essential for personal and professional growth. Creativity thrives on the willingness to make mistakes and learn from them, but a fixed mindset shuts down this process before it even begins. Another challenge with a fixed mindset is that it leads to a lack of resilience. When people believe their abilities are fixed, they tend to give up more easily in the face of setbacks. Instead of seeing challenges as opportunities to improve, they interpret them as evidence that they aren't capable. This mindset leaves little room for perseverance, as there's a belief that effort won't make a difference. If something is too hard, they might think this just isn't for me and move on without trying to overcome the obstacle. This lack of persistence can prevent them from achieving long-term success as they abandon goals the moment things get tough. One of the most damaging aspects of a fixed mindset is how it affects learning. When people believe their intelligence or talent is static, they avoid situations where they might struggle or be seen as less competent. This avoidance leads to missed learning opportunities. Instead of asking questions, seeking feedback, or trying new strategies, they stick to what they already know. This mindset creates a fear of being a beginner, where learning something new feels intimidating because it involves not being good right away. Over time, this attitude stifles personal development and limits the range of experiences a person is willing to explore. A fixed mindset also has long-term consequences in professional environments. In workplaces where employees fear failure, innovation suffers. People become more focused on avoiding mistakes than on doing their best work. This can lead to a culture where employees are reluctant to speak up with new ideas or take on challenging tasks because they fear being criticized. Leaders who operate with a fixed mindset may also contribute to this problem by rewarding only success and discouraging experimentation. In such environments, potential remains untapped, and both individuals and organizations struggle to grow. When failure is stigmatized, people stop taking risks and progress slows. Overcoming a fixed mindset requires a conscious effort to shift thinking patterns. It starts with understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, as part of the journey toward it. Mistakes are inevitable, but they are also essential for growth. When individuals learn to reframe failure as feedback, they become more open to taking risks and trying new things. This shift in mindset helps them see effort as a necessary part of improvement rather than as a sign of inadequacy. By embracing challenges and viewing them as opportunities to learn, people begin to unlock their full potential. Another important aspect of overcoming a fixed mindset is changing the way people talk to themselves. Inner dialogue plays a huge role in shaping beliefs about abilities. When someone with a fixed mindset catches themselves thinking, "I'm just not good at this," they can shift the thought to, "I'm not good at this yet." That small change, adding the word "yet," opens the door to growth. It reminds them that abilities can be developed over time with effort and practice. This shift in language helps create a mindset that embraces learning and growth rather than being stuck in the belief that abilities are fixed. It's also important to cultivate self-compassion in the process of overcoming a fixed mindset. People with fixed mindsets are often their own harshest critics, focusing on their flaws and failures rather than their progress. Learning to be kind to yourself, especially in moments of difficulty, is essential for developing a growth-oriented mindset. Self-compassion helps individuals stay motivated even when things aren't going perfectly. It creates a safe mental space where mistakes are seen as part of the process rather than as a reflection of personal worth. The journey from a fixed to a growth mindset is not always easy, but it's worth the effort. It requires unlearning old beliefs and adopting new ones that promote growth and resilience. It involves embracing challenges, accepting failure as a teacher, and learning to see potential in every situation. Developing a growth mindset opens doors to new experiences, deeper learning, and greater success. When individuals shift their thinking and stop fearing failure, they discover that their true potential lies far beyond the limits they once believed in. The power of positive reinforcement lies in its ability to shape behavior by focusing on what is done right rather than dwelling on mistakes. When people are rewarded or acknowledged for their efforts, they are more likely to repeat those behaviors. It creates a feedback loop where motivation grows and individuals begin to associate hard work with positive outcomes. Positive reinforcement builds confidence, encouraging people to keep going, even when things get difficult. Instead of fearing failure or becoming discouraged, they feel empowered by every small success, which helps them stay on track toward their goals. The brain starts to connect effort with achievement, reinforcing a growth-oriented mindset over time. Positive reinforcement also plays a crucial role in shifting perspectives. When people receive acknowledgement for their progress, no matter how small, they start to focus more on their strengths and potential. This shift helps them see opportunities instead of obstacles. For example, when a student is praised for improving their performance, even if they haven't reached perfection, they begin to believe that further improvement is possible. This belief cultivates resilience, which makes it easier to persist through setbacks. Knowing that their efforts are noticed and appreciated can make all the difference in staying motivated during challenging moments. In professional environments, positive reinforcement can significantly impact productivity and morale. Employees who feel valued and recognized are more likely to stay engaged with their work and contribute to the organization's success. When leaders focus on highlighting what their team members are doing right, it creates a culture of trust and collaboration. Employees feel safe to take risks, knowing their efforts will be recognized even if they don't always get perfect results. This encourages innovation because people are more willing to try new approaches when they know their initiative will be celebrated rather than criticized. Positive reinforcement helps organizations foster a mindset where growth and experimentation are welcome. This approach also helps in overcoming fear of failure. When people receive positive feedback for their efforts, they begin to associate learning experiences with rewards rather than punishment. This change in perception encourages them to embrace challenges and step outside their comfort zones. They realize that even if they don't succeed immediately, their efforts are valued and serve as building blocks for future success. This is particularly important for individuals with perfectionist tendencies who may struggle with self-doubt. Positive reinforcement gives them the psychological space to make mistakes and learn from them without feeling inadequate. One of the most important aspects of positive reinforcement is consistency. Sporadic recognition can have limited impact, but when people receive steady and meaningful feedback, it becomes a part of their experience. They begin to internalize the idea that growth and progress matter more than immediate outcomes. Over time, they start reinforcing these behaviors for themselves, learning to celebrate their own efforts even without external validation. This self-reinforcement strengthens intrinsic motivation, making it easier for individuals to stay committed to their goals. It teaches them to appreciate the process of improvement rather than becoming solely focused on end results. Positive reinforcement is also essential in personal relationships. Recognizing and appreciating the efforts of friends, family, and partners strengthens bonds and fosters mutual respect. It encourages open communication where people feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of criticism. When positive behaviors are acknowledged, they become more frequent, creating a cycle of encouragement and support. This approach also reduces tension as people are more likely to respond constructively when they feel appreciated. In parenting, for instance, children who receive praise for their efforts become more willing to take on new challenges, knowing that their attempts will be recognized even if they don't succeed initially. In education, positive reinforcement helps students develop a love for learning. When teachers focus on progress rather than perfection, students feel empowered to take risks and try new things. They become less afraid of making mistakes, understanding that effort is a critical part of learning. This approach encourages curiosity and creativity, allowing students to explore subjects in depth without worrying about failure. Positive reinforcement also helps students develop a growth mindset, where they believe that their abilities can improve with time and effort. This belief becomes a powerful motivator, driving them to put in the work needed to reach their full potential.